Hey everybody, I got some sleep and now I am back to hopefully finish Tormented Souls here. We are like deep down in an area. I think we found all of the caps for that gas thing we needed. It mentioned needing 3. I already put 1 on there. So we don't have a map for this area and it's been, I don't know, 24 hours, so a little bit less than that. Let's see if I can find my way back. Or maybe this is just it right here. Hell yeah. Okay. Excuse me? This is one of the things I'm talking about, where it's just like slightly persnickety about puzzle solutions. Like, because it didn't have the lid open, it's gonna be like, nope, doesn't work. So let's look at that file for the maintenance guy. Okay, so if it's lined up, it's open. If not, it's closed. It doesn't matter how much it's on the handle, and a drop of gas came out, even though it was full. Told the boss what had happened, and he looked extremely disappointed. He grabbed 3 small handles, said, "Wait here," then left. He came back 15 minutes later with a full canister of gas. Alright, let's see. Where does it start? Down here? We work backward. Okay, that one has to have one. Right? That needs to be closed, because it's just like straight up broken. So this is just a closed loop. Yeah, that one needs one. Okay, let's keep following it. Open that. That remains closed. What am I missing? Okay, so if it comes in, let's see, where's it coming from? It's coming from that, right? Okay, so we're going up. That's blocked, so we're gonna go down and over. And since that blocked, we're gonna go back up here, through here, over. Can't go into there because it's capped, or it can, but it's just gonna be capped. Goes up here. No, can't go that way because it's blocked. So this is just a loop. Let's close that. So is this even necessary right here? Let's try it. Okay, we messed something up. Comes from here. Sorry, I know I'm just repeating myself, but let's just see. Over to here. Down. Over. That is connected, right? Going back here. Uh-huh. wonder if we do this instead. Follow it again. Down, over, up, around. Up, around, down, over. Up, around. Let's try it from the other way. This has to be capped, because it's coming straight from there. This has to be closed, because that's broken pipe. So we're gonna go both these directions here. Sorry, I'm following with my finger on the screen now, which I know is... No. We need to cap this. Come up and around and go down both of these directions. So it can either go through here or go through here. If we choose to go through here, it goes like... Right? I'm sorry, I know this is probably frustrating, isn't it? Feet back up. Around. This needs a cap. So let's close that and get a cap here. Now let me start again from the beginning. Up, over, closed, so down, around, closed, so up, around, down over here, up over here, this is closed, over here, that's closed. Come down over here, closed. So we have to go one. And the other way that this goes. That should work. That should work. It says it worked, but it looks like they missed the can for almost everything. Yeah, it says it's full. Okay. We don't want to close the lid for the full gas can after you did all of that. It's just going to slosh around in my pocket. Long day in front of the screen, and the glasses do help me. That took me a minute. It was kind of good. Like, why would you design a system like that? I'm not complaining, it was kind of a fun puzzle, but... Pretty sure that this pump is just down all the way. Yeah, you're not gonna make me put a gas cap on or something like that. pretty satisfied now. Kinda gross down here still, though. Only one way to go. That door was watertight, at least. 27 May 1981. Now I see it clearly. Noah lied to us. It was all a lie. He promised to take us away from our tormented lives. He told us that the gods had laid out a sacred path for us. All lies. That thing we called a god is nothing but evil, and the source of the nameless things that creep around in the dark. Okay. Preparation room.
Emma, my dear granddaughter, you finally reunite with your sister.
Noah.
You survived the fall from the old bridge. This is a divine sign, a true miracle. God tested my faith, and now that I have been found worthy, you have been brought back to me.
What is your role in all of this?
My role? I orchestrated all of it. 14 years ago, I made a mistake that I have regretted every single day. This time, I won't let you escape. I have you just where I want you.
What the hell are you talking about?
It is finally time for the ritual. With your and your sister's blood, we will finally witness the birth of our Savior. In his endless grace, he will make me the new Pope, the Supreme Pontiff. Every conceited prick in the Vatican will rot in this stinging town.
You are insane. You killed my dad, and because of you, your own daughter and my sister Anna have been poisoned by that damned radiation. What kind of monster are you?
A monster? You call me a monster? I was willing to sacrifice everything I loved in the name of the Creator. He will be born again to purify the earth of these unholy souls. Only the true heirs of the kingdom of God will prevail and create a new world.
That's my response, too.
After what your sister did to her eyes, I thought we would never be able to open the vault again. You two are the last remaining twins with the sacred blood. I must thank you for giving me access to this place. I could not have done it by myself, but you, to take one of your eyes out, that was absolutely genius.
I won't let you use my sister and me for your sinister purposes.
There is nothing you can do to stop it. We are the Pollux sect, descendants of the ones that brought light and darkness. We are the heirs chosen to reign above every being that walks this earth.
You are insane.
This time, there's no bridge to jump from. Rejoice! You are about to fulfill your sacred destiny. There's no running away.
I don't plan to run away. I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
Get her! Prepare the twins for the blood offering.
Is this boss fight? Let's see. have much ammo. Oh, nice. There we go. Alright, did I get everything in this room? Because we are bone dry on shotgun. What would I do here? Killer? Oh, you can? We just killed the Michelin man. Sorry, that was probably really of me. Is that for me? Just want to see if there's anything else in here before we save and move on, you know. No shotgun shells. All right. Okay, so this is the oldest one right here. Hey, Lilu. What you doing?
So, you killed those fools? They were not worthy of the Polex sect after all.
This is over, Noah. Your gruesome dream ends here. Without the blood of the twins, you won't be able to bring that thing back to life.
I have waited so long to revive our savior. I will show you that my faith has no limit.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, my child, if only you had faith.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be hard to be the Pope if you're dead. Yeah, that's a lot of blood. He's not bouncing back from that. shoot you? What am I doing? Give me that. Give me that. I want it. Does that not? Okay, maybe I just have to walk up and shoot it. Okay, I get it. Built this failsafe in case Jesus just sucked. Pick up 5 first aid kits achievement. Oh no. No, aim at this. We get it, we get it, we get it. Oh, kitty cat, don't do it. No, let me at it. You gotta be kidding me, right? Is that not hitting it? Why is it not locking on? Lock on. We are almost out of ammo. No, not examine. Combine. Yeah, I get it, okay. I'm gonna wait for it to go around. Where's the last one? Is it over here? Yes. What are you doing? Sharpshooter. Is that Siamese twin Jesus?
How many girls were sacrificed for that thing? Those bastards won't hurt anyone ever again.
I think that's our cue to get the fuck out of here. Where do we go? No. Maybe? No. Maybe? No. Huh? No. Hmm? Yeah. Convenient. Okay, not that way, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna have more enemies or if this just means everything's over now, or... So I can't save. I guess it means we're done. Because the front door is right here, right? Get me out. Nostalgia. Complete the game. Achievement unlocked.
After all, no matter how hard we want it, we can't change the past.
That's your closing line? Nothing more? So, that is Tormented Souls, I guess. My thoughts on the game. Gameplay only. I had fun. There were multiple puzzles that made me think, but not. Well, I will say, as if you've watched the earlier portions of this, there were a couple puzzles that I thought were like Sierra adventure game level stretches. Well, only really one. That monkey puzzle, like, maybe my brain just doesn't work that way, but it felt like it was the opposite of what it was telling us to do. Like the judge speaks, but you put the hands over the mouth. Like, it's not like doing this. Like, it's speak now instead of, hey, I'm speaking. That puzzle I really didn't like. I did have to look up on the skeleton puzzle, but that was me. That was me not getting it, because there were, like, key operators in the sentence, like, whisper, and she loved it. Like, so I was like, heart? But it was talking about the person's, you know, that was writing the poem, and it was like whisper, so like, that was an error on my part. But the monkey puzzle, yeah, I didn't like that. I think there was another puzzle that I thought was a little bit goof troop, but outside of that, the puzzles were well designed. I liked the key puzzles. I liked the, you know, the lines through the dot. I felt clever on that. They did a good job of making me think a little bit without, like, outside of that one example, frustrating me. The story, though, no. Like, let me try to how do you even boil this down? Like, you are an amnesiac who was like a twin growing up in this mansion that was converted to a hospital. Everybody in your family essentially is a murderer or dead. Like, I guess one of the grandfathers was like in on this plot, but like had second thoughts and locked everybody into that radiation zone. The other grandfather wanted to be the Pope and thought he was gonna do it by making Siamese twin Jesus and slitting his wrists into like a bucket of blood. Like, what the hell? Like, where? Like, I just don't follow the thread on this. Like, we read almost every note. Like, we got achievements for the notes. Like, we read all of the mom's notes, all of the dad's notes, all of the twin sisters' notes. Like, I think the only things that we didn't get, I think we got all of Bertrand's notes, or Bertram, because they use it both ways. I think the only ones that we didn't get all of were, like, the maintenance man's notes, and I doubt that he has some, like, revelatory insight into this twin sacrifice cult. And, like, I'm not saying American Indians, that, like, a lot of them aren't Christian in modern times, but, like, what's this whole thing about, like, the Timuit tribe? Like, what does that have to do with, like, bringing Jesus back? Like, I don't think that would have been their concern. I mean, far be it from me to, like, I'm not going to gatekeep it for them, but I just honestly don't think that there's that 500 years. Like, one of the things I remembered is that, like, you know, they've been doing this for 500 years before they had, like, first contact with Europeans, and it's like, I don't know that lines up with anything. like Europeans showed up and there was just this, like, devout American Indian / Native American, whatever the preferred nomenclature is there. I write for a living, and so American Indian is AP style. That's all I'll say. So that's just what I say. But I don't think that, like, Europeans showed up and they're like, oh, they love Jesus too. It was more like that. I won't go so far as to call that, like, offensive or anything, but, like, them not being Christian was kind of like a used to justify a lot of terrible things done to them. Like, we've got to civilize these. Like, it was, yeah, like, maybe it is a little borderline on the, like, I wouldn't, maybe not offensive, but a little tone deaf. Like, so hijacking this Timucuan. No, that's a real tribe. Maybe they said something different. Isn't Timucuan a real thing? I won't Google it right now. It doesn't matter because the plot is just bonkers. Like, and I'm not saying that I come to horror games expecting like this really cohesive, like, I don't think that like every horror movie or every horror game should be like on the level of like Alien or The Thing or like, oh my god, this is a classic. But I think there's something to be said for, if you're going to be vague, be vague. If you're going to be sci-fi, be sci-fi. Like, the whole, like, we're introducing these fantastical elements like Otherworld and jumping into projector screens, but we're also doing cult thing, and it's like it kind of like makes you, it's like, is the dude crazy or is there something to this? Like, can we establish whether within the universe of this game this is like this cult, like, I guess it's like a, like, should be taken seriously because they got some sort of like abomination to come to life. But the whole jumping into projectors, like, I don't need like them to like give me patent documents for how it's done. I just want them to provide me a brief, like, give me a reason to suspend my disbelief and say, okay, that could happen. Okay, I get it. You know, like, I know time travel isn't real, but like, flux capacitor, all right, I'll just pretend that that's a real thing, and then I could just like get behind it. And I'm like, I won't question it for the rest of this movie. Right? There, you've given me some sort of small reason to believe. Like, you know, do that, please. Like, just, it can't just go unaddressed. And if it was addressed and I missed it, let me know. Like, because it's a cool concept, but the concept needs to be explained. I love classic survival horror. And so it did kind of like split the baby here. Well, no pun intended, on Silent Hill and Resident Evil. It's like you have the Resident Evil, the mansion is a puzzle box, and you got Silent Hill, Otherworld, psychological horror type. And I think that that each one is done well, but it suffers for lack of committing to the bit. Like, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be Silent Hill psychological horror? Do you want to be more grounded Resident Evil puzzle box? Like, and then back to the plot explanation thing. Like, in Resident Evil, does it make sense that the T-virus reanimates corpses and that, you know, lickers are regular zombies who are at an advanced stage and they're like, body like morphs? Because no, it doesn't really make sense. Like, the virus ends up making matter out of nothing, but they give you these, you know, like halfway convincing scientific docs that are like, well, the virus works like this by like, you know, like there's an attempt. And with psychological horror, you don't need to attempt as much. I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos in this playthrough. Like, one of my favorite TV series of all time is The Leftovers. And for those of you that haven't seen it, like, the first episode of the show, it's like 2% of the world disappears in an instant, like a rapture type situation, but it's not the rapture. They never, ever, ever explain how it happened, what caused it. Like, there are stabs at it, like people research, like, you know, what, like some university tries to buy one of the main characters' houses. They're like, well, since 3 people disappeared here, we want to study like whatever this particle is that's like floating around in the air. It's like, but you never get an answer. And that is the beauty of it. But you have to stake out that lane immediately if that's the case. Like, if you're going to have people jump into VHS, if you're going to have this, like, give me something. Give me something. Or, like, make it more, like, I don't know if this is the right word, make it more emotional so that, like, somebody like me can say, like I do with The Leftovers, it's not about the sci-fi explanation. It's about the journey along the way. You know, the like, it's about her feelings. It's about this character. It's like, but the character didn't really give us that much in the way of feelings. I feel like I'm really trashing this right now, but the puzzles were so good, mostly so good, that like I would definitely love to see this team do something else. I like on the splash screen when I booted up this game, I guess they are making a Tormented Souls 2. Like, I do remember when this came out, there were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, you like those kinds of games? You should play it. Like, it's good. Like, you're gonna..." And I am glad to have played it. Having played this directly after Signalis, which, you know, has an esoteric plot of its own that's like, there is explanation, sometimes a little bit of over explanation with it, but it makes sense within the framework provided. And there are unexplained things. Like, you put a VHS, like almost the same thing. You put a VHS into into a VCR in that game, and you go into it, and you're in this first person segment, and all of a sudden a key is in your inventory. Well, they kind of like explain that without explaining it by like, you're an android or replica, whatever you want to call it. That is like, you know, going to live, die, whatever, going to find the person that they're looking for. And you could say, oh, it's a malfunction. There's like a reboot. There's a false ending. It's like, they set it up in a way to where, like, at the end of the game, me going into that VHS tape isn't like this hanging question of like, well, what the fuck was that? And so all that to say, like, you can do that stuff. It's just like, it needs to be handled a certain way. And I don't know if maybe like a lot of this plot would make more sense if it was in the, if I was reading and listening in the original language. Not that I can, I'm assuming it was Spanish, which I should just know, but maybe it's Portuguese. I think that's a South American team. Maybe some of the nuance is lost by the translation. Be open to that being the case. If that's the case, like, hopefully this game did well enough that they get like a really great translation team for their second outing. Because whoever designed the puzzles, like, amazing job. 10 out of 10 on all but that one. I really liked it. It was a little persnickety. I will actually 9 out of 10, just because it's like, you're really going to make me drag it all the way over here. I can't just say, I'm using this. Like, I have to, like, open the gas cap. I have to, like, little things like that, where it's like, You gonna ticky-tack me on this? It's like, I know what we're doing. Like, haha, you're trying to pour gasoline into a closed container, and so it's gonna spill all over the floor. It doesn't fit because you didn't open the lid or whatever it said. The music was good. I had to turn it down quite a bit because it was a little bit overbearing, and the dynamic music seemed to pop up and stick around for maybe when it shouldn't. But see results. Let's see our results here. I've been rambling for a bit. Okay, 558.14. Defeated enemies 65 plus. 5 plus medical kits found. Did a 12K here. Ending, forgetfulness. What is this? What are these right here? Looked at 3 slit throats. I don't understand. It went around the old school diving mask 5 times. I'll have to look this up. Main books completed 3. Okay, so yeah, we got the mom, the sister, and the dad, I think. Or grandfather. Yeah, maybe before I trash talk too much more, I should Google and see if there's, you know, somebody that got maybe I missed like a good, well-written explanation that was within the game. I don't. If it wasn't in the game though, and it was just like one of these like supplementary sources, I think that's a cop-out. I think that core plot should be explained fully within a game. I think that and I feel like some of the things that I've complained or like criticized, I would say criticized, not complained about, because I think it's deserving of some criticism. And I don't mean it in an offensive way. Like I said, these guys did a great job. Guys and girls did a great job. Overall, like it feels like a bigger budget production maybe than it actually is. And for a small team, very well done. The game looks great. Good design on puzzles. But for the things that I'm criticizing, the context / explanation, lore, whatever you want to call it, should not be hard to find. That should be like a journal that's like twinkling in the foreground of like the 3rd room you go into, or like right next to the VCR, like letter from grandpa, like, oh my god, this, even if it's like you know, this, if we're to believe that this like cult magic is real, like tell me that there's some sort of cult spell on the building that allows you to influence the past or something like that. Like, I don't know. I'm not the writer. I'm just saying that like not writing anything is a problem to me. But enough harping on that. I don't want to hyper focus on the one thing that's really bothering me. The things that are great, the puzzles, the design of the mansion / hospital, the weapons were okay. Like, there was variety. The combat was not bad. It's not like amazing or anything. I never died throughout, so I think that I probably could have played if there was a harder difficulty. I don't know that there was. I don't think I saw a difficulty selection at the beginning. Could have been a little bit more difficult without me. As far as the combat goes, it could have been more difficult without me complaining. Yeah. No, but just once again, the puzzles are great. I'm thinking about that floppy disk one. That was a good one. I was like, there has to be some sort of note where you could see it, and then you slide back the thing. And it's like the, this plus this minus this. And it's like, oh, Martha. That was a good one. Yeah, that made me feel smart too. So just once again, can't say enough. Great job on that. Can't say enough. Please explain your if you're gonna do something off the wall, you have to have some sort of even if it's just like it's because of this widget. Fine. That's fine. Just do it though. Can't leave it out. But anyways, that was me playing Tormented Souls. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is the second game playthrough I've done on this new venture of just like gameplay recording. Like it's totally new to me. I think that this, if we did it in 5 hours and 58 minutes, this is going to be 6 parts because I'm trying to do it in an hour. Maybe it's 7 since I've been talking for a while. But I would obviously love to hear what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I could be doing better. And if you have like a game that you think I should play, like I have a lot of games that I have on deck here. Let me see if I can. Mostly horror games that I've just slept through. Like I think that games on my list are Tartarus Key is one that I've been wanting to play. Song of Horror is like an episodic thing that I've heard is good. I do want to go back to, before I learned about like how to set the bit rate and stuff in OBS, like I said, I'm very new to this. I did a Leon playthrough of RE2. I almost want to just delete that and re-record where it's like viewable because the bitrate is so low that it's almost like, what was the point? I thought it was because my computer wasn't good enough or something like that, but it's just because I had it set to like the default. But maybe I'll do a hardcore playthrough instead and just replace that video. But yeah, if you see something that you'd like to see me play, I would love to hear about it. I would obviously like if you liked and subscribed. It feels so weird to say that. And I'm sure that as long as this is a fun hobby for me, I'm going to keep doing it. And it's still fun right now, so you'll probably see more of me soon. Appreciate you for watching, and until next time.